So, guten Tag und willkommen. This is a Pilbology video for the beginners level, and today is going to be focusing on in der Stadt from the Logo 1 book, page 92, Seite 92, im Eiscafé. The important thing about this quite short video is the numbers. Okay, so the main focus really is numbers. There's a bit of vocabulary. You can see on the right hand side here that I have clipped out a photograph of the book, and we're going to come to this in a moment. But you can notice actually the prices down the side. This is why it's important for this particular part of the unit to know the numbers. Okay, so just a quick revision. There is also a Pilbology video on numbers, but just a very quick revision. If you look on page 92, at the top part, half of the page, you'll see that there are the numbers 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30, 31. Okay, and that's under E. Now, remember the important rule about numbers. This is just a very quick revision. I will not spend time on this. It's just simply something you have to go back and have a look at. The very easy way to remember the numbers in German is that we sort of say them backwards up until from the numbers that are in the teens. So example 14, 13, 15, 19. They follow the same pattern. 19, 14. Okay, it's the 4 and 10. The teen in English refers to 10. So 14 would be 14, 410. Okay, any numbers above that, for example, over 20, and you need to start saying them backwards, which sounds bizarre. But if you think of the nursery rhyme, 4 and 20 blackbirds, you'll get the number 24. Okay, I'm sure your parents will remember this nursery rhyme, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. That's the way to remember it, 4 and 20. That is a pattern that has arisen from German and English coming from the same root. Okay, so 4 and 20. So let's just have a quick look over here. If we look at the price of a heiße Schokolade, hot chocolate, heiße Schokolade, it's 1,65 Euro. 1,65 Euro. Now, if you look at the top of the page, you'll see the numbers from 60 up to 100. Okay, and that's just a case of knowing those. Just having a quick look. This is something you've done before. The main point of this video then is actually how you would go about ordering these things. I mean, the individual bits of, the individual items of food are something you'll be able to figure out. For example, if you knew that ice, let's just enlarge this. If you know that the word for ice is actually does not refer to ice itself, but ice cream. So therefore, this is an ice. Das ist ein Eis. Das Eis. And I'm sorry, it's a bit blurred, but it says vanilla ice. Vanilla ice. You know that that's going to be vanilla ice cream. Erdbeeren ice. You'd need to then go away and have a think about that. Okay. So, but you could probably figure it out from the color. Right. So, when I'm in a cafe, im Café, and I want to order something, I would actually use a slightly different way of than how we would in English. We would actually say, if you want to say, I would like a cake or an ice cream or a cup of tea, again, it involves the numbers, but you would say, if you wanted one thing, you would say einmal, and then what it is you would like. So let's say, let's use heiße Schokolade, hot chocolate, heiße Schokolade. So you would say einmal heiße Schokolade, and of course we're being polite, so we would say bitte. Now the same applies as if you wanted two. The important thing to look at here is this mal. Okay, mal literally means times. Okay, so if you were doing maths, for example, you'd say 2 mal 2, 2 times 2, gleich, equals 4. Okay, but the mal means times. So actually what you're saying is 2 times, or 1 times, or 2 times hot chocolate, please. It's very precise. Okay, so we would then say, let's go for 3. Let's say we want 3 coffees. 3 mal Kaffee. We don't need to change anything else, apart from being polite. Bitte. 3 mal Kaffee, bitte. Okay? Now, when you've ordered, you will hear the person behind the counter ask you for some money. And quite simply, the way that they do that is they say, or if they're going to tell you how much it costs, how much you have to pay, das macht Euro. Now, in the this is the important bit. Okay, so let's say that it was going to cost you. So you want, say you've ordered einmal heiße Schokolade. They would say das macht 1 Euro. Remember, it's 4 and 20 blackbirds. In this case, it's 5 and 60. 65. Okay, and that's how you would say it. 1 Euro 65. But we would actually write it 1,65 because they don't write it with a full stop. Okay, that is it. So make some notes. Make sure you write yourselves out some examples. Have a look at the examples on page 93 and see if you can match up the vocabulary on Karte, okay, the Karte, which is the menu here, to the pictures. See if you can figure out what some of these mean. I'm sure you'll be able to. Okay, bis Freitag. Tschüss.